Good morning. It is March 15th here in New York City. I mean, I know everyone's just dying to know, like, what are 28-year-olds doing in the city?
Well, here it is.
Here it is.
If you're new here, I'm Chandler, this is Lucy, and this week we're gonna show you what life realistically looks like in our late 20s as a married couple who lead a pretty unconventional life. Let's get into the vlog.
When we have a Saturday when we don't have a lot of plans, we like to pick a neighborhood and just honestly explore by foot. We normally try to find like one destination that we're gonna hit, which we have that one for today, and then just kind of explore around there and see where the day leads us.
Let's go.
Lucy and I initially moved here right after graduating college, but soon after, when the world shut down, we moved to California. But then we chose to move back at 25 once our brains had fully developed. So that's saying something. We really like it here.
Okay, we are almost at the destination that I talked about earlier. We are headed to the second location of a famous Italian market on the Upper East Side. However, this one is fully gluten-free, which probably sounds worse to most people. But to me, who can't eat gluten, it's very exciting. So I don't even know what to do with myself. Like, this is gonna be bliss. Also, it's very sweet. This was Chandler's idea. I didn't even know this existed, but I feel like he's looking up stuff like this for me all the time. Here are my honest thoughts about this gluten-free grocery store. I'll say it, I was a little bit underwhelmed. I mean, it is just fun to be in a store where I could hypothetically order anything, but I wish they had more food in their hot bar section, specifically more bread products. I will admit that the fresh gluten-free pasta was pretty cool. But as a girly who also cannot have dairy, pretty much 90% of what was in the store was off limits for me. We gotta let the food speak for itself though. We got a piece of focaccia. Is it focaccia? Focaccia? Ah! We got 2 brioche buns, chicken salad, which was so random, but we got it. Cookies and some dried pasta for later. Foreshadowing.
Altogether, I would rate this like a 6 out of 10. Tasty, but it's still just hot bar food from a grocery store, so it only gets so good. Their main location, though, was kind of crazy. So many imported Italian foods. Kind of felt like you were being transported somewhere in Italy. Fair warning, though, everything was very pricey.
I just feel like guacamole should not be $18.
This place is massive. Yeah, the Italian music, it gets stuck in your head, you know? What you doing there, Lou?
My nail fell off. Remember those nails from last week's vlog?
Yeah, $15 doesn't go a long way.
I'm sure the toxins in the glue are really good for me.
As a couple in our 20s, we still love a good coffee shop. I am curious if we're ever gonna like outgrow our desire to just sit at a coffee shop, talk, read a book, or for me, watch a good YouTube video. But I'm hopeful that a coffee shop is only gonna get better with age. Well, I personally love trying a new coffee shop in the city. I mean, there's so many to choose from. Today we tried Isle of Us, and I was pleasantly surprised. There wasn't a ton of seating in here, but the vibes were on point. Kind of interesting concept though. It was connected to a spa, but I think it just made the whole place feel a lot nicer. Salmon bowl was a 7 out of 10, and I'd say my coffee was an 8 out of 10.
Oh, that's good. I never would have thought of ginger and matcha. But honestly, don't take it from me. I don't know matcha. These are the moments where I feel like I'm just giving into the New York system, but we've never tried it. We gotta go.
If you haven't heard of Bon Bon, they went viral about a year ago for their Swedish candies. Apparently they sell out of their best sellers every day still, but when we went there around 4 o'clock, there were still plenty of options to choose from, just not their like most famous ones. For a little bag of about 25 candies, it cost us $10.
Okay, we just did a little taste test of all the ones that we got for our short form. You can check that out later. But what was your favorite flavor, you would say?
I think the only one I liked were these sour raspberry Coke bottles.
See, I'm not a big sour guy, so I really liked the unsoured flavors. I guess just like normal flavors.
This is what he liked.
Yeah, the S's were really good. Oh, there was like sugar-coated strawberries. Those were really good too. These were really good.
Overall, it was fun to do one time. I feel like we're probably not gonna go back.
It was cute for a one-time experience. I'm glad we went. Our exploring came to a close as we had some dinner plans with our friends Johnny and Julia. Y'all, this YouTube channel would not be what it is today without their constant encouragement. So let's just show them some love in the comments. But they're actually some of our first friends to have a baby in NYC. So this is actually one of our last friend hangs before baby is due. We're so excited for them, and they're literally gonna make the best parents.
Okay, you two, how do you feel about becoming parents in New York City?
Honestly, very excited about it. I grew up the first 10 years of my life in San Francisco, like in hindsight, being able to grow up with like a bunch of different cultures at a young age, getting experience that was really special. So I'm excited for our daughter to get to experience that.
Yeah. I think you also need so much less than you think you need and how much our culture in America says you need for a baby. So I'm excited and I'm glad it will be warm weather because winter here would be really hard.
Yeah, that's true.
Tonight we saw a movie called Novocaine, and honestly wouldn't recommend it. It was pretty like bloody and gross, and if you're queasy at all, I definitely wouldn't go see this movie. Good morning, it is Saturday morning.
No, it's not.
Just kidding, it is Sunday. Why do I always get the days wrong?
I think our audience will be comforted to know that when you pull out the camera, you don't think before you speak.
Thanks for watching, subscribe. Okay, it's another dreary day here in New York City. As I said yesterday, feeling slightly under the weather. I'm being a little pathetic, I'll be honest. Like, we should have gone to church this morning, but I kind of wanted just that extra rest.
So the game plan for today is we're gonna go home after our little walk. We're gonna watch church at home. I have a callback I need to prepare for. Need to do prep, film it, get ready, whole ordeal.
Sundays are typically just like a reset day for us, so let's get resetted. Funny if we're not. Cheers.
Cheers.
I gotta say, I feel so elite when like I have my coffee a little later in the day. Cause you're supposed to.
I know. I feel like it just makes you less jittery too. Our church here in New York doesn't stream their service till like 5 o'clock, so we are gonna watch a service from our old college church that we love so much in Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, whoa. That's a lot of strawberries. I'm so excited.
I'm mostly ready to go, but I'm gonna show you how we set up our self-tape spot. Well, my self-tape spot. Right here.
First, we move the TV. Then we move the knickknacks.
Can't forget the tripod.
And lastly, the light.
The character I'm auditioning for so desires to be part of the wealthy class, but she is not. So I feel like she would have like a fake fur thing of some sort or like a shawl. So for self-tapes, you're not supposed to like wear a costume, but like you want to exude the energy of the character and the style of the show. My goal is just to like help the casting directors picture me in that role, but not fully costume myself. So I'm trying to think of something like in the era, in this case, 1920s. I don't know. This is like a vintage see-through piece. I got this call back a few days ago after having gone to an audition 5 days prior to that. I went to like an open audition. It's called an ECC, and I just sang 16 bars of a song. They asked about my dancing, and then I got a video callback request for this role in the show.
Everyone talks about Instagram boyfriends, but you know what? Nobody talks about auditioning husbands. Isn't that right, Lou?
That's right. I ended up picking the yellow dress. It just felt more in the world. I might use the scarf at one point, but this is the look. Wish me luck. I just wrapped up. I'm gonna eat some food. I'm starving right now, but in just a second, we are going to see an apartment.
Okay, here's the brief update about our apartment search. You'll learn more in our next apartment hunting video, but we essentially are still looking for a place. Like Lucy just said, we're about to go tour another apartment. But we did apply for one. After applying for that one, though, we did not go through with it. So send your prayers our way. Still trying to figure it out. It's crazy out there. To give y'all a little sneak peek, this place's view was insane.
We just got back from the apartment tour. It was a mix of emotions, so I'm excited for y'all to see next week's video about the apartment tour. But for now, it's editing time for both of us. I need to edit this self-tape. There's a lot of material to pull together, so I feel like this will probably take me about an hour. Chandler's in perpetual editing mode of our YouTube stuff, so he's working on that. I try not to put away all my self-taping gear until I've finished editing my audition, but luckily today there was nothing I needed to fix. So after submitting, I got started on a classic dinner for Chandler and I: salmon, rice, broccoli, and sriracha mayo. If you're curious about what we do for work, I work full-time remotely for a healthcare company, and then I'm also a professional actor auditioning right now, and Chandler is a freelance video editor and content creator.
Lucy's at the gym. I'm gonna go pick up some groceries for the week. You know the drill. Let's head to Trader Joe's. Today's grocery haul came out to a total of $108.45.
I'm running a little bit late this morning. I have 10 minutes to do my hair, the rest of my makeup, and get my stuff together and get out the door for this audition. I did a little top change, got my shoes, headed out the door. I'm number 1 on the list. I feel like I'm never running this late. I gauged my morning poorly, so I'm gonna sprint to the subway and hopefully make it on time. On average, I'd say I attend 3 to 4 auditions a week, and only have I ever been number 1 on the list twice in my career. It's all randomized, but it definitely does feel nice to get the audition done early in the morning. Oh yeah, and luckily I did make it just in the nick of time. You're in Times Square with all my favorite little characters. The audition went well. It wasn't like the best one I've ever done, but it went pretty well. I think audition season and doing like the same songs again and again is starting to get to me a little bit.
I've got an apartment tour here at 11 o'clock. Let's go check it out. As I went to tour some apartments, Lucy got back to work before we met up for our lunch break in the park. We're doing a little prayer walk right now, so taking what would have been our lunch break to pray for our community. This is something our community group does once a week during the time of Lent. So we do this for about like 2 months, once a year, but it's also a beautiful day out, so not a bad day to be prayer walking.
Not a bad day to be
Crocking around.
Let's keep crocking.
Speaking of community, our friend Berna turned 40, and we couldn't be more honored to be celebrating with her. She is truly one of the kindest people that we know, and it was just so special to get to be a part of her big day.
Many more memories. Thank you. Remember this?
This is my first time ever attempting to make ragu, but I followed an authentic recipe and we'll see how it turns out. It takes like 3.5 hours, and so I've been putting it off. But now that we got some fancy gluten-free pasta, I'll show you where I'm at. It's still reducing a good amount, but I wish you could smell this right now. It's been a long time since I've like had an evening to cook a whole meal, hence why Chandler makes all our meals lately. I'm also making some zucchini, so let's get those in. I'm so excited.
Living in New York City has to be one of the most exciting, terrifying, beautiful, and impractical decisions you could ever make in your 20s. But for a select few, it just might make sense. We hope you enjoyed the vlog, and YouTube thinks that you're gonna like this one. Also, Lucy's ragu was insane.
Lucy.